Hey traders, this is the Crypto Cowboy with Elliott with Cafe. Hey, welcome to another edition of Bitcoin and Ethereum technical analysis. We've done one almost a couple of weeks ago, and let's kind of go back and see what we've talked about and where we are. So if you guys remember and you watched that last video, we were looking at this breakout out here that happened in Bitcoin under this pink count. And as a targeted move, we were looking at somewhere around $12,000, between $11,000 and $12,000 for Bitcoin to find at least a temporary top. So sure thing this happened, and was a nice breakout. And then we did get a pretty heavy sell-off in there. I think the market was a little bit over leveraged, and it flushed out a bunch of traders in here, and we got a strong dip up here of about, from 12 to 10, about 1,500, 1,300 points in a matter of seconds. And since then, we kind of recovered and we're starting to reattack the highs. Now, under this pink count interpretation, we're looking at this as being a top of a wave one, and then some kind of a corrective pullback in a wave two. And the reason why I placed the wave one top in here is because of this, more aggressive sell-off that we've had. And because of the way this count looks, it kind of seems like it's a nice impulsive 5-wave advance on here, just a clean motive wave to the top. Now, looking at this high recovery in here, almost at about 78.6, if not 80% already, I'm starting to have my doubts that this is going to be the viable interpretation. And, I wanted to leave it on until we start making actual new highs up here above 12,000. Although if you do look in the futures market, you will see that Bitcoin is already higher, I think by about 100 points. Over 12,000. So I think the cash market could possibly follow, but remains to be seen. However, I think that a big heavy sell-off in here, it's becoming quite improbable. And the reason why I say that is because I think we've managed to climb above very important zones of resistance, and now they're going to be support, and I think the market will quickly jump and buy anything that comes near the $10,000 level. But anyway, let's say the discount pans out and we're getting a larger correction after a wave one. We will need to see a strong decline up here in the third wave following the second. Obviously this wave two cannot go higher because then it will terminate above the origin, so we will break the rules. And I think once we make a new high, it's going to be hard, and I'm going to have to eliminate this wave one top in here and look for a different count, which I actually have under the red. But that would be the first indication, hey, this, I don't think it's going to work. But if it does, and the wave two is, we're finding a top here shortly, and we're selling off aggressively in 3, 4, and 5, that would be a 5-wave decline followed by a 3-wave correction, and then a second move up here in the wave C to complete a larger two, maybe around $7,800 to $8,000 for, at the minimum, move up here for about a 38%. But again, I have my doubts on this interpretation. So going from this one to our red count, this is a more bullish one, and that's why I'm talking about I have doubts that second wave would be as large as the pink count suggests, because I have a couple of lines of support now that were resistance on the way up, and you can notice how this horizontal red line offered pretty strong resistance on the way up. And this is at about 10,400. First of all, the market, ever since those $14,000 highs, back in the middle of 2019, we kind of played with this area for a long time, just kind of consider it, the middle of this overall consolidation sideways. And then as the market sold off, we retested it a couple of times, and we were heavily rejected from there. And also, on another attack here that happened out in May, the market tried to punch through there and then, got sold off. So now, the fact that we've penetrated with it so aggressively, that means that, this area now will become a zone of support. And I would have been maybe more inclined to look toward the short side if the sell-off would have penetrated to there and we would close maybe even on a daily basis below this line. And then we would consider this, hey, another major failure with the move to the downside. But until that happens, and it doesn't look like it is, I'm going to try to stay as much as I can bullish in here. Just look to take this $14,000 highs and continue to move towards the 20,000. Okay, so now the question remains, if this is a wave one and a wave two in a WXY, which is a very, very short, about 14% wave two pullback, do we have enough strength to continue to move up higher? And what this small wave 2 suggests is that, yes, there is a lot of underlying strength underneath the market, because we actually never sold, aggressively to the downside, and the market got bought here. They never let it get below $9,000. They continue to buy it, and now we're breaking up higher. So the question is this a wave 1 and we're going to pull back into 2? Is this wave 1 complete already? Maybe it's a simple flat in here in an ABC. We already have the wave 2 low and we continue to break up higher. But I think it's important what's happening into this consolidation, because this will be, for right now, it's the largest corrective pattern that we're getting since this breakout at 9,000. And the market, it's kind of trying to figure out what's going to happen here. If this is just a wave A to the just a wave B to the top, and we're going to be selling off in a wave second in here, and we're going to come back and retest in 10,400, 10,500 in an ABC, or we're ready to break to the downside. Oh, either way, I am prepared to initiate and to actually add to a long position, or establish a new one as the market comes back and retests this. We are actually long Bitcoin here with our members into the room, but I would be happy to add to my position at the moment the market kind of comes back below here and start to retest these levels. So let's see. Again, we're looking higher here, and we wanted to give this market, the benefit of breaking out of this long, sideways consolidation pattern and continue to move to the upside, right? So this is what I have for you in Bitcoin. Oh, I wanted to take a look at the candlestick charts as well, because I think it's important. I was talking to the members in our room about this huge, and I might have posted it on YouTube too, but I was talking about this huge signal that the monthly charts gave us through this, strong rejection from the downside here, right? This was a massive bearish candle that got bought. We closed halfway through it, even higher than that, and then we opened a new month here that engulfed the previous month. So this is a bullish engulfing pattern, and this is a very strong signal, especially if you get it on the monthly chart. So you have a rejection followed by an engulfing. It's the sweet spot of the markets where you're getting a very nice indication what's about to come. And since then, we're continuing to be bullish. And, we had a small month of July right in here, or June, when the market was, didn't know what he was doing, and it was that long kind of consolidation sideways. But then we broke up higher here in the month of, towards the end of the month of July. And, we corrected just a little bit, just enough. I was talking to our guys, hey, I don't want to see this market correct anything lower than maybe half of this candle, not even get near the end of it, because then, this whole pattern starts to be put into question. So I'm going to continue to look at this monthly as being a pretty strong signal of the lows and a major low in Bitcoin, and continue to look at this to break towards about 14,000, 20,000, maybe even 30,000. Just continue to move to the upside based on this signal. Okay, so that's on Bitcoin, and I wanted to move and look a little bit at the Ethereum. And as you guys know, this is the Stellar, so I'm going to go back to Ethereum here. And I got a couple of working counts that we're using into our room with the members, and just kind of looking at some short-term moves and see where we are. But I want to take you to the one that I was talking in YouTube a couple of weeks ago, when we were actually breaking out of this triangle and we were looking higher for this 390 targets. So if you go back and watch that, you will see me talking about the count and 1, 2, 3, 4, and we were looking for this fifth wave to complete somewhere in this neighborhood. So very nice targets. We achieved them in here, and the market is taking a pause. But again, if I go back to a more of a workable count, this could still be some kind of a fourth wave. So I think the market, it's continues to move higher here. I have no indication. Listen, for me, it's very important that the market shows me what it wants to do, shows me a signal that we have found a top. And until that happens, these labels up here don't mean much. I place them on charts because it's kind of, that's what I'm looking for. But they don't stop me from staying long in the market. Okay, so it's one of the pitfalls of maybe beginner Elliott wave guys that try to look for tops and pinpoint them exactly. Especially in strong trending markets, it's very hard to do that. So, maybe what I should do is I should just kind of have it somewhere up here and just say, hey, the trend is in progress. We'll call a top the moment the market gives us evidence that there is one. Until then, we'll continue to look up. And that's exactly what we're doing. So kind of going back to our count here, we're looking at a possible, right? Again, maybe some kind of a top in here in a wave one, following, an interesting impulsive move from the lows here in a 1, 2, 3, some kind of a triangle in a fourth wave and a fifth, then a pullback in the second wave, maybe come back to this area of a fourth wave, it would be a really big drop from 400 to 250. You know, that's major. So you know, I don't want to tell this market what to do. I wanted to leave it and, you know, let it develop and, you know, go bullish as much as it wants. And that's why I have also a bullish interpretation, which is on here, that when we come from the lows, and actually let me go to a 2-day chart and I'll show it to you. But you know, it used to be called green count, but it was kind of getting in you know, he getting the same label as my actual green count, so I kind of switch it to yellow. But this bullish count says that we're actually in a 1, 2, and then this is another 1, 2, in the middle of this larger, you know, third wave advance. So you know, if you're keeping an eye on the gold market as well, something similar is happening over there. The markets continue to trend higher, and you know, it's getting very hard to call a top there because you know, the markets continue to go in the direction of the trend for much longer than a lot of people think. So anyway, this is a bullish count. So we have a 1 and a 2, and then this is a 1, 2 instead of a fourth wave in here, and that's a smaller 1, 2, 3, and now we're looking for some kind of a fourth and a fifth to the upside. So this gives the market a chance to continue to develop bullishly to the top side. Okay, so wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, maybe this will be some kind of a triangle in the fourth wave, maybe one more high here for the third wave, then come back in a fourth. So near term there might be a little bit of struggle in Ethereum, you know, to kind of digest this whole rise up here. I mean, we've had, you know, the markets will not, you know, go up forever. They have to rest, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to sell off. So we had almost an 85% rise, guys, you know, from the breakout all the way to these highs. It took about 22 days to get that done. So I'm expecting maybe at least, you know, a week or a couple of weeks of corrective pattern, either from here or from slightly higher into some kind of a fourth wave. Look also at the fib time measurement between the 2 and the fourth, or between this second, just in case, you know, we're wrong on the degrees and this is a larger, you know, this is a what is this, minute? Yeah, minute third wave on here, and then go for a fourth and then for a fifth. But you know, things are looking good in the crypto market overall, and I think you know, a lot of these other alts are showing good signs and good potential, and you know, a lot of them show a trend reversal. We're still waiting on the XRP to hit some to kind of come up here at some stronger levels to call an end to the downtrend. So we got to take this 34.69, but we're fairly close to it. So going in a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, some kind of a triangle in 4 and a fifth for a larger third, 4 and 5. So, but I digress. I mean, my intention today was just talk about Ethereum and Bitcoin. Hey, if you guys like this content, you know what to do. Just give me some thumbs up. I see more and more people are watching our channel, and you know, people are learning a little bit more about Elliott wave. They're becoming interested. They like the wave counts. They like the way we look at the markets and how we explain them. So give me some thumbs up. We'll help rise the content and you know, get more people to join us. You know, thank you again for watching and being patient and you know, staying with me through all this wave counts. And any questions or comments, you know, post them below. Hit the notification bell. Come and visit us into the pro room. Give us a try for a trial and come trade with us. And I do videos like this every morning, you know, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, depending on what I want to talk about. But we look also at the S&P 500. We look at gold, at oil, and a lot of different markets. Sometimes we do some stocks if they're interesting, and you know, the guys like it. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.